the guns.
Noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao Ciao," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
They have arrested a 22-year-old named Tyler Robinson of Utah, now in custody for the involvement in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Apparently his father recognized him, and let's be very clear, all of this is wishy-washy information. And I think we do have a Kirk. All of this is wishy-washy information, and frankly, I'm not buying any of it. I don't know if you guys are.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
So apparently, and again, I don't buy any of this stuff. You guys shouldn't buy any of this stuff. I'm sure most of you don't. We're not being told all of the information, the real information. I have no doubt about it. There's no question in my mind that there are shenanigans afoot here. But they do have 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah in custody. Apparently, his father recognized him from the photo that you see on the left there. Your left, I guess. He recognized him and confronted him, held him until cops could show up, and apparently he confessed, is the story that we are being told. Here's another photo of him. I mean, this is like the whitest white boy that ever white boyed, right? So he is, again, a Utah local. Some of the information that we do know about him is his father is a retired sheriff. He is Mormon. He is very white, raised with guns and shooting, and wore a Trump costume for Halloween, which is just some random information that we happen to know about this guy. Again, I don't buy any of this stuff. It all seems incredibly fishy. We do have a mugshot, though. So here is the mugshot of Tyler Robinson, who is the alleged Charlie Kirk assassin. All of this stuff is very fishy, you guys. There's a video of a guy jumping off of the roof. You can't see a rifle, but they found a rifle in the woods, and it was I don't know. It's all very strange. It's all very, very strange. But in addition to, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Israel and Netanyahu in a little bit, and the Charlie Kirk situation, but Netanyahu has been on kind of a O.J. Simpson, if I did it tour on media, which Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't do a ton of interviews, at least not like this in the West. Very rarely, and usually when he has some sort of nonsense that he's trying to sell, some agenda that he's pushing, and that's the only time that he will ever really show up in Western media. But he is on an O.J. Simpson kind of a tour, and part of that tour is he is blaming Muslims, surprise, surprise, for the murder of Charlie Kirk. So we can take, maybe we do have Kirk back? No surprise there. So let's take a listen to this.
Worldwide problem. The people on the extremes, the Islamists, the radical Islamists, and their union with the ultra progressives, they often speak about human rights. They speak about free speech, but they use violence to try to take down their enemies, whether it's President Trump, who's been almost assassinated twice, or, they try to kill me here too. But they got Charlie Kirk, and it's just heartbreaking.
Man, if there is something that Zionists love more than slaughtering innocent people, I think it's projection. Did he really just say that they like to talk about human rights and free speech, but they don't actually? Because that's you, my guy. That's exactly what you do. They're known for it, right? The Zionists are, they're currently right now in this country attempting to get all of us banned from social media for speaking up against Israel, attempting to get, they want full narrative control, and they have been doing that for a very long time. So the idea that he's out here pretending as if it's progressives or it's Muslims who, say one thing and do another, that is rich coming from that guy, for sure. So that's Netanyahu. He has decided that the extremists, the Islamists, and the progressives, the ultra progressives, he calls them, they're the problem, in fact. So it's just a little strange to me that Benjamin Netanyahu is suddenly going on a press tour to talk about how he really loved Charlie Kirk, and he promises he didn't kill him. I'm not saying Israel killed him. I'm just saying it's weird. That's all. So this is a photograph of the angle of where the shooter was on the roof. There's been a lot of conversation and debate. Suddenly everybody is a rifle expert, and I know a little about guns, but I am not even almost an expert. I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert. But I have spoken to a couple different people who are very, 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 very well versed in guns, and in particular rifles. And from what I'm understanding is that this shot wouldn't be that difficult. Like, a lot of people are saying that this had to be a professional hit. I think it's likely it was, but from what I'm understanding, it didn't necessarily have to be. This is something that could have been done fairly easily. And this is a kid that grew up with guns. So, I mean, it could have been him, and he could have just been pretty well trained throughout his childhood. It's fairly simple to make this kind of a shot. And some people are even saying that the trajectory of the bullet, there would have been about 5 inches. And they're saying that he was perhaps aiming for the head and didn't account for the 5 inches of drop. And that's how it ended up hitting him in the neck. I have no idea. Not an expert again. Whoops, we're on. Oh, we missed a.
Dang.
Oh, I lost a slide. Dang.
Robin.
Hey, you're here.
Yeah,
What's
I
up?
just fixed my audio finally.
Okay, good. Are you buying this bullshit, Kurt?
No, I'll be the judge of this.
All right. Talk to me.
Yeah, that's what, as a professional assassin. The thing I don't get is the hand signals of the people like right behind him or next to him.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because why would you be that close to the guy who's getting shot?
Yeah. Well, and I heard somebody say that the guy in the black shirt that was like right behind him is a longtime friend and like his like sort of assistant guy.
Yeah,
that would,
not
like,
that guy. Yeah.
But there's
But they
also the
wouldn't
white
stand
hat
next to,
guy.
like,
Yeah.
You wouldn't stand next to the target from that
No.
distance. I mean, that's like a hard shot to make.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the hand signal thing is a little weird, especially the white hat guy. Like, I watched Jimmy's show, and you guys were talking about he looked like a third base coach. He totally looks like a third base coach.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played softball, and that's exactly the kind of motions and things that they do to signal. So yeah, that is really weird. But listen, Kurt, we're not going to get the full story on this, right? We're never going to know what actually happened.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Can you think of a shooting where you got to hear what the real story was officially?
We still don't know about Vegas, fam. We know nothing
about the guy
Vegas.
that shot Trump. What about the guy who shot Trump?
Right? Didn't that trial just start?
Huh?
Somebody's trial just started.
Luigi
The one
Mangione?
guy, the second guy that tried to kill Trump at the golf course, I think.
Oh, well, the first guy, it's crazy how they clean that up. And it's crazy that
Mhm.
Kash Patel came out and said it was a lone shooter. Like, shut up. So
Man.
this one is so weird. There's no reason for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated. Like, as far as beyond symbolic to cause very
Division.
specific reaction. It's not like, so I don't buy the, oh, when are we going to stop these leftists once and for all?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're you know, I've been to Seattle. They're absolutely stupid and maybe and bloodthirsty. They can't use guns like that. That's not it. Okay. This thing where a young man as a trained sniper goes back a long way. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't buy I want to find out more about that thing where he had pissed off our best friend / Eric Gregory. I would look at that a little bit because 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna be wrong.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that. There's just this stinks of a setup, right? I mean, this reeks of an op, and it did from jump. And everybody's reaction to it. Actually, let's talk about everybody's reaction to it because I have a couple different friends who've been commenting on that. So this is my friend Erin, and she's a great follow on Twitter if you're not following her already. So she says, there's absolutely nothing organic about the response to Charlie Kirk's death. Almost immediately, we are seeing swarms of quote unquote influencers and quote unquote leaders coming out with the same message. This is war. Account after account calling for people to be fired, censored, or worse. This is not the solution. Don't let yourself be manipulated into supporting this erosion of rights or the hateful division that has become a defining characteristic of our country. There is no right versus left. There is only the people versus the ruling class. There is only class war if there is to be any. Despite what is being shoved down your throat 24/7, your neighbor is not your enemy. They are human. They have struggles. They are propagandized, and they cannot change your material conditions. As Americans, we still have a choice to unite or to further divide. We still have a chance. Be a unifier. And yes, And I was, watching the show, I was glad to hear Jimmy express very similar sentiments, because it's very clear that this is being used to cause further division and chaos and confusion. And they want us fighting amongst ourselves.
It
because
makes no sense other than he had a big influence. Like, somebody read the demographics of who follows Charlie Kirk and saw he had a big influence. And if you're not for us, you're against us, Charlie, you'll be used as, that's how I look at it, because his views were the most tepid, not radical. People call him a radical. No, he's not. He's what a conservative was for the last however many years.
I mean, he was kind of a douche and had some really terrible opinions that I didn't agree with, but did he deserve to die for them? No, of course not.
That video is so bad. The video is, especially a 4K clear video.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what we were supposed to see with Trump get shot, and we're supposed to see that go through his head in high definition.
What I think sucks, Kurt, is that I think a lot of people are so desensitized after watching a genocide being live streamed daily to them, that I think people have just completely lost all sense of humanity at this point.
They didn't watch it. All of them didn't watch what happened. The way he dies, nobody, the people that are talking like it's no big deal, didn't see the video. I tried to not see it, and I saw it by accident looking at something else. And I wish I could unsee it. Yeah, and no, people aren't looking at the genocide. No, they're not. I have to kind of look at it on Jimmy's show, but most people are just not going to look at it.
I see.
They're hearing about it enough to know they don't want to look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you see how you watch somebody's like spirit go right out of their body in front of you, and it almost looks fake at first. It's traumatic. It's just real bad. So people that said all that stupid shit they said, I don't believe saw it, because I think they'd be deeply traumatized seeing that.
It was instant death. Like, the idea that they were trying to pretend like he was in critical condition and we took him to the nope, that was instant death. There was no question about it.
It was one of the worst things I think it might be the worst thing I've seen a video of. Honestly, I didn't watch those beheading videos, back in the day that some people watch, but I don't believe this. Okay, like all the kind of I don't know, wokey comic book author chicks saying awful shit. I don't believe that they're stone cold killers. I believe they're overly emotional, actually, and they didn't watch what happened.
Yeah,
that's what
there's a lot of emotions right now, which I totally understand, but I think that it's also exposing a lot of hypocrisy, which is super annoying on both sides, which really there aren't two sides. But
here's where it ends. There's going to be more censorship, and we need to drop this Epstein thing.
Yes.
Are you loyal to MAGA?
Oddly enough, Kurt, the vote for the Epstein files was on the same day, and it got shut down. And that's
so is
weird.
that Cutter bombing?
Yeah, so that's weird, but just the hypocrisy that it's exposing on both sides, where you now have people who were like vehemently against guns and gun violence are now cheering for this. People who fought alongside of me to free Julian Assange and who claim to be ardent supporters of free speech are saying that Charlie Kirk deserved to die because he said words they didn't like. Like, that's crazy. And now you have the right advocating for cancel culture and censorship and all this other stuff. It's people
that say that are not like, here's what this funny thing is. People say it's stupid shit that you just mentioned. They're not killers. They're losers.
No. Yeah.
And
they're like beating their chest.
It's not going to go, we've got to assassinate Charlie. Like, to pull off a shot like that and assassinate someone like that. Like, that's not just some Antifa. That's a thing they make. They're always the same age.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long people are going to fall for this, but I don't think they keep falling for it, because I can't possibly. This young profile of like how
long until we hear the words that he was known to authorities? It happens every time. He was known to authorities. It happens every time.
I brought this up last time. It's never not reported when there's a school shooter, a mass shooter, and they're like, we're going to stop these crimes before they start. Well, how about when everyone says something to the FBI looks into it before it happens?
Right.
We already had that pre-crime kind of thing where you could report someone suspicious.
Yeah, they're useless. Yeah. So, okay. I also want to talk about this aspect of it and Carrie, again, another fantastic follow if you're not following her. She's freaking amazing. So she says the shock and disgust at the assassination of Charlie Kirk because quote unquote political violence is unacceptable, which we've all heard a gazillion times in the past couple of days, rests on the delusional idea that politics is otherwise peaceful and civil. In reality, there is nothing peaceful or civilized about government and political authority. It is literally backed by the barrels of guns, and all laws are enforced through violence. People are conditioned to be blind to this, but on some unconscious level, they must know, or they wouldn't feel so terrified of, resentful toward their perceived enemies gaining power through government and being able to force their views on others through politicians and policy. Saying so isn't intended to minimize the inhumanity of killing anyone,
Yes,
but
it
it's a
is.
fallacious narrative and superficial conversation to focus on the scourge of quote unquote political violence when it's built into the system most people tolerate and even revere. And that is a fantastic point. The system itself is violence.
Look, I saw a video and she's dumb for saying that. That's real stupid to say. Charlie Kirk was a
I disagree.
not power player at all. He was a sacrificial lamb. To act like there's even it's so beyond stupid to have shot at him. It's not like
I agree with that.
It's
That's
not
what
a
she's saying.
leader. It's some guy. But after I saw a video, I don't get nothing good off what she's saying. I'm like, shut up, bitch. That's what I'm thinking. Because I saw that guy's blood spray out of his neck.
For sure. But that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about the fact that we've been conditioned by a political system that is violent. And when that is the case, violence begets violence. And that's what will happen.
It's still too vague. This is deliberate. It's not a problem with the system other than they make these killers on purpose and they do this. This is not a thing of the system. Most of these people are fat gender blob. They couldn't do a push-up. Okay, they make these killers on purpose for us all to see.
I agree with that.
And be traumatized. So this is vague nonsense from someone who I'm guessing
doesn't think there's a bigger plan above what they see. Oh no, and I see a lot of that. She definitely does. No,
yeah. I mean, come on.
You should go check out her work. She's very
aware.
Sirhan,
obviously.
No,
this is Sirhan. So it's not society. It's called the CIA and Mossad and the Pentagon. And you should be real specific and not vague about we're all to blame. No, we're not.
No, that's not what she's saying at all. That's not what she's saying at all. But we'll move on. Because it's not worth
dude, to watch that on TV is so crazy.
No, I agree.
I've never seen that in years of seeing violence.
Yeah, no, she agrees. Like, that's not the point that she was making, but we'll move on. So gamers claim writing on bullet casings in Charlie Kirk shooting are from Helldivers 2 video game, which I've never heard of. I'm not a gamer.
Wait, they claim what? I play that game, so I can actually consult on this.
All right, good. So while little is known about Tyler Robinson, the lone suspect in the assassination of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, he appears to have been an avid gamer. During a press conference announcing Robinson's arrest Friday, Utah Governor Spencer Cox, who is a Republican, clarified what had been written on the unused bullet casings found inside the bolt action rifle recovered by authorities after Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University on Wednesday. Said Cox, inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, catch," up arrow symbol, right arrow symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao." That's a anti-fascist song, Italian anti-fascist song. And a third unfired case read, quote, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO," end quote. So absurd. Some gamers were quick to point out that "Hey fascist, catch" and the arrows are a code for the 500 kilogram bomb in Helldivers 2, a third-person shooting game that came out last year. In it, quote, "The elite forces of the Helldivers are battling to win an intergalactic struggle to rid the galaxy of the rising alien threats," according to a description on the video game distribution site Steam. Quote, "Players use a variety of weapons, pistols, machine guns, flamethrowers, and stratagems, turrets, airstrikes, etc., to shoot and kill the alien threats." Fans of the game have since taken to social media as they made the connection with the bullet casings revelation. So this guy, Evan Hill, says, "First one, which was on the fired casing, is a copy pasta parodying furries. Second is probably a reference to calling in an airstrike in the massively multiplayer online game Helldivers. And the third seems to be referring to the song that I mentioned, the Italian anti-Nazi, anti-fascist song." So again, here's another gamer, Andrew Egger, said the 3 down arrows being widely interpreted as a common Antifa logo, but given that the full description is up, right, down, 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 and the guy plainly had an internet brain poisoning, worth noting that this is also a meme from the game Helldivers 2. And the guy who killed Charlie Kirk definitely played Helldivers 2. So that seems to be the general consensus. I just remember like the old school Super Mario Brothers, up, down, right, whatever.
That's nothing to do with it. The 500 kg bomb in that game, there's a sniper rifle you can get in that game. Or so, like, I don't get that. And I don't remember any dialogue of "Hey fascist, catch." I mean, maybe the last killer at that Catholic church did the same thing. He wrote stuff on each magazine of his for his gun. He wrote a different slogan. And this is a pattern now that's picking up. Do you see? Yeah. And there's some online thing where they make it a troll on top of it. But like I said, I don't know. This is all
fishy.
Yeah, like
to say the least.
That is a thing that they do at a certain age of shooter now. which I find very suspicious.
It's very meme culture, and it seems to be very intentional. It feels as if they're like kind of planting seeds to trigger certain people. That's what it feels like to me.
I don't see. Is that guy trans? I don't think he was.
No, not. And that's the thing. Steven Crowder said that he got inside information that there was trans ideology written, and that's not the case. There was the furry thing, which is the notices, bulges, whatever that is. What's this? Which I had to have that explained to me. I had no idea what that meant. But apparently it's like if you are like hooking up with a girl and you realize that she's not a girl or something. I don't know. But that's the only like trans-ish thing. But here's the guy talking about what exactly was on the guns.
Noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
So there you have it. That's what was written.
Yeah, this meme culture shooter thing, man, and that's another thing. Like, for him to shoot like that, that means he's into guns. Because Charlie Kirk got shot right after saying something about how we should be able to have guns, right?
Yeah. And
this guy's clearly, let's say he's not an assassin created by somebody. Let's say it's just some dude that went online a lot. That means he shoots with that gun. I mean, that's not a shot you make your first time shooting. Do you know what I mean? So that's a gun enthusiast. So that's why I'm not like, oh, they don't want guns to be legal. Well, clearly he does.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the online thing. Don't underestimate that furry crap. And when bronies became a thing.
I remember bronies.
Yeah. And all this is DARPA stuff, the online. And I remember that woman at the conference, we're studying very closely how people make connections and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right. There's years they've been studying this and also creating it. They're on SSRIs. They watch My Little Pony, and it's dudes that aren't having they're all autistic. They're not having contact with girls. And now they're on SSRIs. So now
it's very MK Ultra ish.
It's mass produced MK Ultra.
Yeah.
And I think all they got to do is go, because there was a thing called Sissy Hypno for a while, where guys that were incels because they have because they're autistic and like I could never meet a girl, they hypnotize themselves to become trans. Because some pranksters, again, this doesn't sound like pranks. This sounds like something real weird that adults don't know about at all. Yeah. And so anything
there's
like that.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like if you have kids, I have kids. If you have kids, you need to like be clued into what they're getting into online because there's a lot happening.
Okay. See me on tour in Appleton, Wisconsin, Rosemont, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Louisville, Fort Wayne, Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.